Mr. President, this bell is used to control your meetings. When you ring the bell, everybody stands, and when you ring it, they sit down. So I would like you to try and see whether your authority is there. And can I ask all of us to go back now? Then you ring, and they get sit, and you start.
I wanted to keep you longer. I think I should keep it so that if you sleep, I can ring and then we stand. Our chief guest, Lady Justice Teresia Matheka, First District Governor Peter Mbui, Immediate Past President Chris Gasperi, past and current Assistant Governors, past and current Presidents, distinguished guests, fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors, family and friends of Rotary. First, I thank God the Almighty for His enormous blessing and grace this far. My sincere gratitude to the members of the Rotary Club of Nakuru and Rotary International for the privilege extended to me to serve as the club president for the year 2021-2022. Many thanks to Prime Bank Nakuru, who generously sponsored this event, to the senior manager, Mr. Suraj, and the entire staff. We say a big thank you. Maybe they should just stand. We know who are these nice guys. Last but not least, I want to appreciate the planning committee that worked so hard to ensure this event was a success through the able leadership of Rotarian Doris. I really can't thank you all enough. I also want to appreciate my family members and give special thanks to my wife Naomi. Chris calls her Naomi. Our two boys, Dancel and Bravin, plus our newborn girl, Alizana. It's unfortunate that they couldn't be here with us, but they're following us online. Allow me to acknowledge the presence also of my pastor, who is my spiritual authority, here with his wife. Thank you so much for attending. We also have a number of friends who are following us online, but with the interest of time, I may not acknowledge all of them because we had an issue with Zoom, then we had to switch them to YouTube, so we may not be able to actually see them. But in particular, my co-director at Ubunifu was joining us from Chicago, and there was a lot of sacrifice because when this meeting started, it was around 2 a.m. their time, so that tells you it's quite a sacrifice that he had to do. Then we had past district governor from Ohio, and she's looking forward to partner with us in a project. I'm not sure if our you're there? Okay, so we are good with Zoom, so I'm sure they are somewhere following us. I'm not sure if our sister club, we had a sister club agreement with the Rotary Club of Davis Sunrise. Some of their members had promised to join us, but I'm not sure if they are on. And then we had a twin club agreement with the Rotary Club of Hoorn in Netherlands. They are great supporters of our 60s project. Well, today more than ever, I believe that indeed no human is limited because looking at my background, coming from an unknown village in Siaya and everything about me, I don't deserve to lead such a prestigious organization as Rotary. And I take it as a privilege and honor. Perhaps the only special thing about me is probably the fact that we share a village and a great grandparent with First President Barack Obama. What do I say? That aside, I came to Nakuru after finishing. You didn't know that? The only difference, I put on some weight, but we used to look alike when I was in high school. I came to Nakuru after finishing my primary level to live with my brother, Pastor Samuel, who I introduced earlier, who is here with us. I thank God for him because he gave me a chance to get what they all missed in our family, a good education. He also taught me to be a giver and supporting the less fortunate. In several occasions, he had given out things I thought we needed most, but to him that was not the case. Now that I'm a Rotarian, I can no longer question that. Asante sana for preparing me to be a Rotarian. Well, this is going to be hard because with his Joab, he couldn't afford a regular school for me. But we were told of a school in Barut called Hopewell High School that took bright and needed kids through high school at a minimal fee. And for your information, the school was run and is still run by Rotarian, who is a past president of this club, Rotarian Vitalis Kahenda, and I feel honored to share the chain with him. My Rotary journey started in 2016 through an introduction by my friend, James Yegon, also in the audience. We have worked on so many things together, and he thought I would make a good Rotarian from an experience of working together with volunteers from abroad. My first boss is also a Rotarian in the US, Rotarian Phil Clam, who I think must be following us online, and has been a great support to me since we first met while volunteering at Hopewell. My induction, unlike the candidates today, was a regular fellowship and was officiated by past president, Dr. Mbito, who's also here in the audience. Maybe you can wave, because I have a story for that. And he did something so special that has remained memorable for me and Naomi. It happened that I didn't have enough cash to pay for my lunch and that of my wife, but I was sure that I could afford their soup. One soup was 150, so I was sure I could afford 300. I, however, had to do everything possible to ensure my wife didn't prefer anything else other than that soup. So for 2 days, I kept mentioning how Rift Valley Sports Club had amazing soup and she should try when we go there. And she was really looking forward to that soup. With my excitement, we got at the club 30 minutes in advance, and when the meeting started and everybody started serving, I forced myself to be a gentleman and I offered to serve the soup. All this was to make sure she didn't see the fish fillet. She's following online, so this is a true story. Dr. Mbito came to our table and called the waiter, handed his membership card, and said, "Bill their lunch and drinks on me." You can imagine what happened. My appetite rose to the roof. We looked at each other, and Naomi's facial expression was a complete statement that she was convinced that Rotary was a good place, and indeed it is a good place with amazing people. My first assignment in Rotary was serving as Sergeant at Arms. Although that was informally, the late Kanti, may his soul rest in peace, held my hand and would give me jokes to share whenever he was not in. At the end of my first year, the then outgoing president, Habib, who will be serving as the stewardship director, surprised me with a scarf, rewarding me among the board members, and the scarf has remained like a mantle that I have kept to date. I wanted to come with it, but my son wanted to keep it because we had two conditions: either give him something for Rotary or we come with him. So that was easier. The following year, I was nominated to serve as the new generation director, and we managed to revive all the dormant Rotaract and Interact clubs, earning the club several awards at the district conference, including the Rotaract Club of Menengai, which was dead. Rotary means a lot to me, and I find joy serving and seeing lives change. Rotary has given me a chance to do the things I'm passionate about, and I couldn't do them if I were not a Rotarian. I can say it here unapologetically that if I had all the money I ever needed and didn't have to work, I would dedicate all my time for Rotary and my life would be complete. Rotary ignited and activated my compassionate being, and the more I am involved, the better I become, and the more satisfied I am. I am always encouraged to see Rotarians who have been members of this club for many years. In particular, senior Rotarian Abbas Pakar, who has been a Rotarian for close to 30 years, a member of this club. Maybe that 30 years might look like the other day, but let's put it this way. He joined and has been a member of this club since when I was 3 years old. And now I get to be his president. Maybe that might make some sense. There has to be something satisfying and value in Rotary membership for someone to stay that long. I can't end my speech before acknowledging mentorship by Rotarian Edward Wahome, whom I have closely worked under in the Service Projects Committee and learned a lot in Rotary. He is one man that has all answers to any Rotary questions you might have. Thanks for holding my hand and guiding me through. Thank you so much. And I know, although sometimes we have some conversations and sometimes we may disagree, but you have never taken any offense. So thank you for that as well. All said and done, I'm sure everyone is asking what to expect for the year after all those stories. Well, I assure you that this will be an amazing year for everyone. Rotary International President, Sheha Mehta, that's a difficult name, Muindi, Sheha Mehta. Sounds like lawyer. I know Magistrate Nevolin, is it Nerolin? She can relate with that. He unveiled the annual theme, which is Serve to Change Lives, and this is in line with what I envisioned for the year. Being intentional in our humanitarian projects and initiatives, ensuring we are not just doing it for the sake, but changing lives and creating impacts in the process. Although we are always ready to address the needs as they come, I have laid out some areas of focus to guide us through the year. And this is drawn from our annual plan, and which we developed together with the outgoing president. First in the list is access to clean drinking water. We all know how much it means to have access to clean drinking water at your doorstep. Most people in our communities, however, still go to the rivers and dams to fetch water, yet we say it's a basic need. Good news is that we have committed to support households with rainwater harvesting solution under the 60s project. Rotary Club of Nakuru, the Rotary Clubs in Germany and Holland, in partnership with the Rotary Foundation, put together a 32 million Kenya shillings grant to build over 700 masonry tanks, in addition to the over 6,000 tanks in various households within Nakuru and Laikipia counties. Each of these tanks have a capacity of 10,000 liters, and we encourage the beneficiaries to harvest rainwater for drinking. We don't stop there, but ensure that every tank beneficiary gets a water filter to ensure that the water they drink is clean and free of germs. Secondly, our environment has been kind to us for years, and we are slowly losing our world to global warming. For every tank built, we will plant at least 100 trees, and this goes a long way in saving our environment. This means that with the project we just launched, we will be able to plant at least 70,000 trees in the beneficiaries' homesteads and institutions like schools. In addition, the Rotary Club of Menengai, together with some partners, are spearheading an environment project under Adapt a River, and we promise to work together. I am also keen to try out a biogas project to save our trees, which most families use for fuel. All these may sound too ambitious, but that's what Rotary does, doing unimaginable things in our communities. The third area of focus is one that I'm passionate about: community economic empowerment or development. I'm a believer that no one is born poor, and the people we consider poor are just denied opportunities and resources. Otherwise, the talents and skills they have, with a little support, is enough to pull them out of poverty. We endeavor to continue transforming our communities, our community members, through economic empowerment programs. We have, over the years, helped set up self-help and women groups in various parts of Nakuru and Laikipia counties, and further organized them in regions to form Rotary community corps. We are happy to say that the program is growing and now in the transition into a savings and credit cooperative, that is a SACCO, and there has been a good reception so far. The project facilitators who are present here can confirm that within a few months, the beneficiaries themselves have been able to accumulate close to 1 million shillings in saving contribution only, contributing 100 shillings per month. Rotary Club of Nakuru and project partners from Holland and Germany have committed to inject around 3.5 million to boost the fund and facilitate activities for sustainability. We also encourage everyone to consider, it is obvious that we are living in difficult times, and with COVID-19 consuming even the most careful, including healthcare workers, only God can help us, but we can't just sit and watch. We encourage everyone to consider getting their vaccines available free of charge through the Ministry of Health. I'm sure we all missed the life before COVID. We should all get angry and open a war to fight it to the end. This is a fight that everyone needs to pick their best armory and goes out there to fight it. Our second last area of focus will be restoration of dignity in menstrual hygiene, and everybody knows how that is very much needed in our community. And Rotary Club of Nakuru started a project in making reusable sanitary towels, which we hope to continue producing and serving our communities in that end. That said, I wish to state that as we lift up girls, let's not forget the boys, otherwise we create another problem altogether. Let's promote gender equality so our boys don't feel neglected or not important. Then I'm an advocate of collaboration and partnerships, and last year we signed 2 sister club agreements, and we hope to sign several of such. Last but not least is education. This Rotary year, we hope to revive dormant education trust and fundraise for it to support some needy students. In a few weeks, the recent Class 8 candidates will be joining Form 1, and there are kids that worked hard through all obstacles and will not be able to join high school of their choice, and or as per their performance, simply because they couldn't afford. Others will join, but it will be a clear struggle. So poverty is poverty, and we should help based on needs, not brightness. We have seen some programs that help needy but bright kids, but we should also focus on also those who are bright, or rather and deserving, not just those who are needy and bright. It is now my absolute pleasure. I'm skipping some of it because I realized it was a long speech. It is now my absolute pleasure, on behalf of Rotary Club of Nakuru and Rotary Club of Wishart in Australia, to present a check donation to SCAN, and this donation is to allow them to continue with the good work to care for the boys at the center, as well as support their hot kitchen program for a couple of months. So I'll invite the chairman of the SCAN. Maybe you can come and receive that check. It is a fat check, and I'll ask the branch manager of Prime Bank to join me on stage so we can present this. The reason we have the branch manager is so that in case the check bounces, we have several people to blame. And the check is worth 6.5 million. So 5 million out of this is going to the SCAN center to help with the operation, and 1.5 will help with their hot kitchen, which serves free meals every day to needy families. Maybe you can say a few words about Scan Hot Kitchen and the Scan Center, just for a second.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This money basically came from Bob and Louise Lemon from Brisbane in Australia. They have been great supporters of ours, and we're very happy to have received this huge amount of money towards our SCAN project. As the chairman, as the president has just said, 1.5 million shillings went towards the hot kitchen. We founded a second branch of our hot kitchen in Rwanda recently, and 1.5 million shillings was towards the construction of that site. So that's what the additional 1.5 million shillings was for. We are presently serving 275 meals every day at the SCAN Center. And the new project that we founded in Rwanda 3 months ago is serving 375 meals every evening. Just as a milestone, if I may, we are reaching our 100,000th meal beneficiary on Tuesday of the coming week, and we're going to identify the 100,000th beneficiary at the Rwanda Hot Kitchen, and through the chairman, I wish to invite anybody who wishes to join us for that function. Please come along. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rotary Club. Thank you for your continued support to SCAN. Thank you.
Thank you. I assure you that this speech, when I was practicing, it took me 10 minutes. It wasn't that long when I was doing it myself. But sorry for keeping you for so long. And I will leave you with 2 quotes from RI President, which he gave during his speech. And these are, service is the rent we pay for living on earth. And I challenge every non-Rotarian to join Rotary so you are not evicted for not paying rent. We have the power and the magic to serve and change lives. So let's do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We want to invite President Chris and PGT for the PHF award.